I'm curious about your thoughts on Lamar, not just today, the 25 points, but the way he's been playing in Big Ten play, averaging 23, I think it was, coming in. Just your thoughts on what he's been giving you guys all season.
Yeah, Lamar's, he's an elite player. And I even think from like a pro standpoint, I think he's, one of those guys that people aren't talking about enough because he's going to play in that league for a long, long time. I mean, he has all the things you need, the intangibles, in addition to, he has that one skill that everybody wants, and he can throw them in there. So, and he's a winner. I love everything about him, and he continues to showcase, what makes him so special.
It's kind of a simplistic question, but you have played some of these close games, Purdue, UCLA, now this one. Just what is a team that's already got a lot of experience, but maybe is trying to navigate this into the season together for the first time, get out of winning this way specifically?
Yeah, I think it's great. And I even mentioned, earlier we went to Puerto Rico and we had a game we got down 20, meaningless game like we talked about, and we were able to come back and win, on the last second shot. And that was where you saw a little bit of these dudes don't quit. They just keep competing, they keep fighting. And I think you saw it again tonight. There's some things I think we'd like to clean up a little bit. You get a double-digit lead there late. We don't need to go to overtime. So, but again, they found a way. They didn't give into it. They kept fighting. They kept, in the huddles, encouraging one another. And I think that's a sign of a veteran team. They didn't panic, inside the huddle. They just knew you just got to make that next play, and they were able to do that.
Yeah, with the charge, you've talked about Connor Enright making winning plays. Another example. What did you kind of expect in that moment, and what did you see from that play?
Yeah, I thought, again, we were trying to get a quick trap, see if we could get a quick steal. We thought we had enough time to try to take a few chances there and keep, if we could get them sped up, try to get one first. And Connor just does what he does. He just keeps competing, keeps fighting, and that was a huge play for us.
Right before Lamar hit the layup late, I think the last time IU hit a shot was about 5.5 minutes left in regulation. Offensively, just what do you think happened? Why did the shots stop falling? Just what changed in your eyes?
Some of them that I thought Wisconsin did a good job keeping us in front of them in front of us a little bit better as that half went on. So, a few of them we just missed. And that's life, right? I thought we had a few clean looks in there. I thought Lamar and Nick had a few looks from three that, I'll take those every night. They just didn't make them. And that's, like I said earlier, though, the thing about it, a night like tonight where you're 5 for 22 from three, typically for the way, our roster's kind of built and how we're playing, that's a hard night for us. And we were able to win that game because we held them to 38% from the field. So our defense did just enough. And there was times in there where it wasn't great, but again, the defense did just enough to get the stops we needed when we needed them to allow us to win that game.
Yeah, Darren, two things. One, the way Alexis played, especially from halftime on, and then the way Tucker came through, and he flirted with a double-double, didn't quite get it, but the way those two played.
Yeah, I thought Sam was tremendous that second half, and we were able to take advantage of a few switches. That's why they were able to stay in front of us a little better. They were switching a little more, but then we were able to throw it inside, and I thought the guys did a good job. We ran a few things to try to get it to them, but they got it to him, and then Sam did the rest from there. So, he had 5 blocks, I believe, on the game, 8 rebounds. That's a big night. And then, I thought Tucker just, again, he's our connector out there, 45 minutes and 8 rebounds and, knocked some shots down tonight. So I thought both those guys just, did a really good job of, playing through it. Tucker's obviously a lot of minutes, and then Sam just a role that maybe he hasn't had a lot of this year, but he was able to take on that role, take advantage of what they were doing, and go make some plays.
You mentioned the three-point shots not falling. When they aren't and you guys put up 44 points in the paint, how important is that moving forward for the rest of the year?
Yeah, and we've really been trying to do that a lot more here this last 5-6 games. We felt like there's a couple games in there where we just weren't being aggressive enough driving the ball, even though we don't maybe have a lot of wiggle to our with some of our ball handlers. I thought the guys have been doing a much better job of just finding creases to get in there, finish at the rim, get fouled, and then get some kick out threes. So it wasn't we weren't as reliant on it. Like a lot of nights we're up in that 30 range, in attempts, and tonight we were in that 22. Now if we were making them, then we fire a few more up there, but we just weren't hitting as we normally do. So I thought the guys did a good job of adjusting and adapting, and even Lamar, like he didn't just keep settling. He didn't shoot 16 threes. He went and got fouled. He went and got to the rim. So I thought it was good by him to kind of take that adjustment to the game.
Yeah, Coach, can you just talk a little bit about Josiah Miles? Obviously continues to play a more important role for you guys moving forward. 25 minutes tonight, a season high. Just specifically his defense and the energy that he brought to you guys.
Yeah, he's doing a good job. His roles continue to expand here. He's coming in, giving us good energy. He gives us some length on the defensive end. He's been trying to go to the glass. He had a big offensive rebound in there. I don't think we converted on it, but he went and got a big play there for us. So, he's doing good things. Again, that length and athleticism, ability to go rebound is something down the stretch we're going to continue to use.
Yeah, Darren. Wisconsin got 14 offensive rebounds, but none in the final 5 minutes of regulation and 0 in overtime. What was the difference between, earlier in the game and then late, and how much of a factor did that play in the win?
Yeah, it felt like they got like 10 of them in a 5-minute stretch right before that. So I thought the guys did a better job. We were, they were taking a lot of long shots, long rebounds that we talk about all the time, and our guys were going to crash, but they, something we don't really want them to do in terms of just running underneath the rim. And a few of those long shots came off, deep, and we weren't able to get them. I thought they did a better job that last 5 minutes of really going and finding bodies before they went and ran to, go retrieve it.
Yeah, Darren, as Wisconsin closed the gap and got back in the game second half, you kind of opted to let the team play through it, didn't call any timeouts to try to stop the momentum. I guess just what's your thinking in that in terms of just, letting the game keep going, letting them try to play through it versus trying to bring everybody together and slow it down?
Yeah, it depends maybe a little bit how the game is going, how they came back. Did it happen fast? Is it slow? Is there media coming up? Whatever. I thought in our guys, like, they understand what we're trying to do, so if it's a timeout, a lot of times it's just to give them a rest, and maybe we could have used one in there somewhere, and have to go back and look more at the tape to see if there might have been a spot for us to do that. But, overall, I trust those guys when they're out there. They know what we're trying to run. They know what we're trying to get, and like I said, we'll see where we're getting the shots we wanted, or not. But it felt like we had a few good looks and opportunities in there. We just didn't make them. Thanks, Coach. Thank you all.